Just 2 days ago, and I didn't get it. Actually, my wife got, she pulled up and says, listen to me. She sits down and it was a 7-page email, 7 pages, from this client who I just did, and how happy she was. I was blown away by it, and I started thinking, I said, you know, I told you guys what makes me different from other pressure washers, and how to wash, and how to do driveways, and all sorts of stuff. You guys know all that, the whole red tip thing and everything. So I started thinking, I said, you know, let me go to and do the 7-minute on how do I actually add value to the customer. Not just to my job, but to the customer, to their experience, the whole 9 yards. And listen to what he said really rolls into it. Because this lady called me up. She had egg on her house. This is the egg lady, and she's the one who was crying. I went over. She has an elderly 92-year-old lady, or mother there, with a walker. And I came up, did my job. She was really nice. She gave me the check. I left. Didn't think anything about it. But she wrote in this whole page about the things that I go above and beyond with. And I was like, And it started out with one, when I back the truck into the driveway, even though it doesn't leak, I pull out a 4x4 piece of plywood. It goes underneath the engine. God forbid there's any water, oil, or anything else leaks, I don't have to clean the driveway. She looked at that and she goes, he's just like a surgeon, like putting on their shoes when they walk in. He puts shoes on his truck more or less when he backed onto my driveway. When I pulled out, there were little tire marks a little bit. You see that occasionally when you turn on them. I washed those off before I left. Her other big thing is her mother tends to walk out of the house in the middle of projects. And she did come out while I was pressure washing, but I kept an eye on it. But her big concern were these blue hoses that run all over the place. Those hoses, when I run those, I make sure if they run through flower beds, they're in the flower beds, they're not on the flowers, they're not on shrubbery. When I'm pulling 200 feet, I don't just stand and just start yanking and hoping it's not pulling up against the gutter and everywhere else. And I've seen it where they pull rocks down, they pull bushes out. I do those kind of things. I've never had anybody come up until this last time and say they actually watched me and saw the different things that I do. And that's the one thing I try and do with my customers, is I add value to what they're getting. Not just the actual job, but I sit down and explain to them about using the 5-gallon bucket or pressure that you buy at Home Depot to spray your bleach down on your deck in between services to help keep the green off. Little things like that I do with them has really told my customers over time, has come out and said, I appreciate the extra work that you've told me. Or the same I did when I've come back and I've actually deminded the backyard from the dog droppings because I didn't want to pull my hoses through it. But I didn't have to, and the customer was very happy saying, wow, you actually did that. That's not even in your job description. I said, well, one, it helps you out, it makes you happy, and it takes me an extra 2 minutes, and it keeps my hoses clean. So I started thinking about all these different things that we do actually enhance power washing. And one of the other big things that I have done also is I make sure when they walk out, they will generally smell bleach or a clean smell, but they don't have any damage done to their roses. They don't have the nasty windows with the streaking or spotting's not there. And they have seen me actually go up, and I have a thing of bottles called Awesome. You buy it for $1 at the dollar store, and it is awesome. You literally can spray on the windowsill or some black mold, talk for 2 seconds, wipe it, and it takes off 99% of the mold. And it's $1 for the bottle. So what do? My customers, almost all of them, get a bottle now. I hand them, I say, here this is for your windowsills. If you see any spots that come up, wipe it on. I show them how to use it. And I said, well, what do you owe you? I said, absolutely nothing. I give it to them. You think I gave them the world. And that's the one thing that I try and sell my business on, is when they see me coming, not only do they say, I'm going to get a great driveway cleaning or a great building cleaning, but I'm going to be there on time. I'm going to do the job right. Generally, I don't bug them. I'll do whenever they want to. If it's on a Saturday morning, Friday night, I don't care. As long as the customer's happy, they're right. But they're also going to know I'm not going to sit there and sell them something that I can't do. I had a lady the other day, she goes, I've got this up here in the corner. I said, that's not my job. The reason being is that's not paint, that's rot. I can't pressure wash that because it's not going to take that darkness away. That's complete black wood that's been rotted for years. What I do, I got a list of people that I know, I see on Wednesday mornings, here's their cards, and I start passing them out for you guys. And the biggest thing that I hear from all my customers is he's a wealth of knowledge, not just about pressure washing, but about relationships and about how he can also help his customer above and beyond. I've had many times when I've passed my card on, and next thing I know, they use an attorney for their divorce 5 years later, or they've called Victor up for something that's happened on their deck a year later. And it may not happen right away, but when they come back, they go, I have never gotten as much information and help that I have out of enhanced power washing. So I kind of try and build my business on that. So next time you hear somebody out there and they're going, yeah, I need a pressure washer. And yeah, there are a dime a dozen out there a lot of the time, but what are they going to do? They're going to come out and throw a little water on, they're going to walk away, and you're not going to get the full benefit. And that's why also this lady who is one of my customers now on a regular basis, my maintenance program. And what that involves in is every year you've got to have your house washed, every year and a half, depending on what it is. And I try and help you keep it clean throughout the year. Well, if you call me up and you get egged, your high school son pulls up in his jacked up truck and pulls the mud across the yard and the driveway, or your porch starts getting moldy and you got a party you're throwing for a high school graduation or retirement party, what do you gotta do? You gotta call me up. You gotta call me up and you gotta say, man, I need this clean, here's another couple $100 or this or that. On the maintenance plan, it's free. They get 3 free visits a year for me to come out and spot clean whatever they have under that particular thing, whether it's a house and pool deck, driveway, shed, whatever. So next time you're hearing somebody out there and they're saying, man, I just can't keep it afford to do this every single year. When they get on my maintenance plan, once they're on the maintenance plan, there is no more big, huge chunks going out of checks. It is something that's maintained throughout, and they get cleaned every year, which is included in the whole package. And it just makes it easier in life because they know that I'm going to call them every year and say, hey, look, it's time for your annual cleaning. They're like, cool. There's no check out of their pocket. They just keep sending their the monthly payments are made. And then also they know if they have an issue like an egging, which needs to come off immediately because it will damage the paint. I've seen where it's been left for a week, and I can get the egg off, but you're going to see where the egg still was no matter what because it's messed the paint up. So that's basically what it is. I just try and actually add value and figure out where I can add value that the customer actually can use. Thank you. Not just throwing pins out there or throwing cards out there and saying this, but where they actually benefit from it. And that's where I've noticed in the past couple of years of how not only have you guys helped me, thank you very much, but how it's been a lot of me just sitting down going, what would I like to see if a customer came out to me? So that is my 7 minute. I appreciate it, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Elwood Enhanced Power Washing.